YouTube! What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. Cue up the beautiful high elf music.
Alarielle,
and let's get ready to keep this show going with Alarielle the Everqueen. I am going to switch things up a little bit on this campaign. It will be normal, except for the fact that I'm going to make the battles cinematic. I want to do something a little different. I'm streaming the Ungram campaign. I'm going to continue to record this one, but I figure surely people won't get upset seeing me do a more cinematic recasting of the battles rather than my normal one where I may not get you a ton of close-ups. So that's what I wanted to check on. See if we can give it a shot. Honestly thinking about taking the Dryads out of this army because I don't think they serve much purpose right now. Get booted.
Everqueen.
The Spearmen do serve a purpose. I think the Treekin serve a purpose. They're a slightly tanky element to my army, though they are pretty crappy when they lost their armor piercing, but we'll just have to live. We'll have to deal. We need to get into the encamped stance.
Mistress of the Undying Forest.
So that we can get some silver helms. Except they're not available. Alright. I could have sworn there was silver helms when we last left off. No. I never rebuilt it. Okay, well.
Alarielle,
No silver helms. RIP. Shouldn't have got rid of the Dryads, I guess. Wonder whether these really serve a purpose at this point. And the Shadow Warriors are very fun. But I've already got like a bunch of secondary melee archers that all have armor piercing, which serves more of a purpose. So let's see, that gives me 6, 7, probably 8 for a front line. I really do need some cavalry, but I don't have access to any right now. Well, let's think here. So that'll give me 8 spears. What if we just get a few, while they're in Sea Guard with shields? These guys can hold up the flanks while also serving as a nice, anti-large element.
Mistress of the Undying.
Let's try that. That way if we end up against an enemy that has some cavalry, we've kind of got a dual purpose unit. They can do alright versus cavalry, or they can be used at range to skirmish. Maybe they can actually kind of be the frontline skirmishers too, so that our sisters of Avalorn do not take the brunt of a missile barrage, since that is really not what they're going to be the best at. Oh man, I love this music. It's good stuff. Sing it up, high elf lady, sing it up. Do not stop. Alright, here we go. Evershale. Build it back up. Because those jerks wrecked it. They blew it up. We could make a second army. We probably should. Yeah, probably should. I mean, we got a ton of money. Recruit a lord. Holy cow. Unit experience gain plus 250 in Lord's army. This one takes away upkeep for silver helms and Illyrian reavers and gives them massive weapon strength. That's kind of cool. Man, look at all these. I forget the high elves get this kind of stuff. I think I want to take this one. The Prince. That Adept is pretty huge. I mean, this one's cool though too, to have like a cavalry army with Larithreel. Ooh, man, I don't know. I'm just thinking all these 9 chevron units though, and it just sounds too tempting.
I'm ready.
Tell you what we'll do with this army. We'll actually literally make a front line of Lothern Sea Guard. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we'll do a front line of Lothern Sea Guard with shields that will actually serve as infantry and missile. We'll have a couple of specialist sister units in the back, and then eventually we'll get some cavalry, a couple of treekin to block, back up the Sea Guard. We'll just let that's going to take a while in and of itself. We could get another handmaiden. We don't have the right buildings for nobles. Did we build one over here though, I think? No, I don't think we did. I'm gonna remind myself.
We have shaped this world.
The noble is gonna come from this one right here, yep. Elven Gardens. So no, we don't have the Elven Gardens yet. Or mages. So we need to work towards that. Till then, we'll probably get him a handmaiden.
I am the bright flower of the goddess, chosen of Isha.
Alarielle thinks highly of herself. No. I don't want you marching through here and taking settlements off me that I want. I see wine and other resources here that I intend to take. And Reaver's Mark, we want that as well, because that's where we're going to want to recruit cavalry. It's got the pastures, and that will give us a nice buff there. And who knows, we might recruit that other lady, the princess, and then have her do her recruiting at Reaver's Mark. We're going to need to gain some influence, though.
Alarielle the Everqueen.
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown.
We can begin the ritual.
The ritual is underway, my lord.
I'm sure it is.
Be wary, though, for while the vortex is weakened...
Okay, so they gotta come in through the Phoenix Gate. Good luck with that, by the way. It's not impenetrable, but good luck with that. I've got 4 Gate Guard, 2 Helms, 4 White Lions, and a Noble, along with some archers with light armor. And then we can send this army up that way if we so decide to, which I probably will. And if they do attack the Shrine of Cain, they'll be facing 2 Phoenix Guard, 2 Lions, a Moon Dragon, and a High Mage. So, not perfect, but again, it's going to be pretty potent. Pretty potent. Let's do this. Let's end another turn. And then we're going to take the fight to our enemies at Reaver's Mark. Assuming they stick around to fight me, which would be great. Yeah, okay, they're going to come out and try and double team me. I think this shouldn't this be a crossing map based on where I was stationed? No, it should have been. But at least it seems like it should have been. Wow. It's a good thing we got the extra spearmen. These guys are packing a pretty serious cavalry punch. They've got an eagle and a lot of Lothern Sea Guard. It's actually not going to be a particularly easy battle to win. I think we should fall back, actually. If we fall back, I don't think that one of their armies can come... Yep, there. Now they're split. That's what I wanted. I'm pretty sure that should have been a crossing battle. I don't know what dictates a crossing battle on this, but I was positioned right in front of a bridge. And they attacked me. That was part of the reason I positioned it there, I thought. Was I not positioned right here? Maybe I'd gone beyond the bridge. Yeah, I must have, because I fell back. Okay, my bad.
Of the undying forest.
Poor positioning on my part. Big surprise, huh?
Cleanse this realm.
Alright, now we'll take these guys, and I will come to you with the more cinematic after-battle view. Alright, welcome to the Battle of Reaver's Mark. And you can see the troops of Avalorn here marching forward, the Handmaiden leading the way. And we're gonna go try and crest this hill here because our opponents are on the other side. You can actually see a Great Eagle way out here in the distance. So yeah, here are the troops of the Everqueen. Havalorn looks like a pretty cool faction, to be honest. The color scheme is pretty sweet. So I'll try and get you some of this more cinematic view here. Let's watch my troops line up and prepare for combat here. We're gonna push on over the hill. Whoa! Goodbye frame rate as that unit goes past. There's the Sisters of Avalorn wheeling up. You can see that the enemy is actually going to come into range first with their Lothern Sea Guard, but then right out here in the center, they're going to make a charge with their Silver Helms because they don't see an easy route to my flank, and my Sisters of Avalorn are going to lay down an insane beating on this blob of Silver Helms, which will be quite vulnerable to this type of thing. And then after having destroyed the Silver Helms that end up charging into my spear line, I'm going to start targeting some of these White Lions because they're going to be another unit that I am concerned about. Let's take a look around the battlefield. This Eagle is going to come in from my right flank. My defensive position, I've got Lothern Sea Guard positioned on the flanks, where my Sisters of Avalorn and my Treekin can hold up the the Spearmen and the Treekin can hold up the center line, and the Sisters of Avalorn stay back to deal the damage. I'm less concerned about what their Lothern Sea Guard are going to do to me over the short run, because none of my units in the center are particularly vulnerable to them, and this is more about me causing the damage that I need to them. As the Eagle lands, no pun intended, Apollo program, I'm going to send over my Lothern Sea Guard because of their spears, and then I've got the Handmaiden in here too, and we'll try and get rid of this pesky bird. It's like one that comes to interrupt your picnic, right? Let's just go take a look at the rest of the cinematic views from this. I'm going to swing around the enemy flank, and I'm going to even use a Banishment here, which is going to damage my own troops pretty badly. The Lady demands sacrifice, and this was one of my ways of getting rid of a huge number of White Lions, and it was quite successful. You still see there's quite a lot of White Lions in this fight, though. But my Sisters of Avalorn are starting to mow down Lothern Sea Guard back in the distance, and then my main infantry line has gained some success, and I'm going to have to start re-engaging. There we go, see if I can get my scroll speed fixed again. Trying to go slow and then fast so you all can see everything. I'll do my best to make these somewhat cinematic, but also give you an overview so you can tell what's going on in the battle. So some of the Lothern Sea Guard are out. This blob fight in the center is working in my favor at the moment. There are a few pockets of White Lions left. This the Silver Helm is going to try and make its way to my flank. I thought I clicked an attack order on it. Guess I didn't. It's going to charge my Sea Guard, but it won't be very successful in that bid. And the Sisters of Avalorn are now free to start wrecking all of the ranged units. There is this one Shadow Warrior, which is going to come out of the forest here firing, but they're going to be shot at by my Lothern Sea Guard with shields, who will definitely be the superior ranged unit in this case, because the Shadow Warriors aren't using their superior range to effect. There you can see just what happens when the Sisters of Avalorn are able to group their fire here. The remaining White Lions are being overwhelmed, and then the remaining ranged units are being mowed down. See these Illyrian Reaver Archers and Lothern Sea Guard being cut down. And then the Shadow Warriors over here. Definitely cool units. But they are outmatched up against that Lothern Sea Guard, because the Lothern Sea Guard has better shields and armor. Then over here, I do have some spearmen who are free. I'm not necessarily chasing these archer units because I'm going to run them down. And then the Handmaiden has been skirmishing a little bit on the Princess. She's not anywhere near dead, but their army is going to chain route. And this is going to give us a victory over Tiranoc at Reaver's Mark. Ooh, what a beautiful spot to end the battle. This poor sap just took an arrow straight to the back of the head. He used to be a Sea Guard once, until he took an arrow to the back of the head. Ooh, the lame jokes. I will see you back on the campaign map. So the Battle of Reaver's Mark a Pyrrhic victory for Alarielle. We did lose a lot of spearmen, but otherwise it wasn't too terribly Pyrrhic. My enemy lost some more expensive units there in the form of silver helms, which are now Swiss cheese helms. And then we have the fact that they also lost quite a lot of white lions.
You forfeit your freedom.
So I'm pretty okay with that.
Senri.
Woohoo, we got a Tormentor sword.
Alarielle the
That
Everqueen.
will make a nice little... what is that, an enchanted item? Hang on, who got the Tormentor sword? Was it Alarielle? Yes, she did. Okay, works. I'm good with that.
Alarielle. Moving.
Let's step back across and do some replenishment.
Guardian of
We
the
now
Phoenix
should have a 1-up on Tiranoc, because they cannot flee. Okay, there's a few different buildings we need. I'd like the archive because it helps me with the advancement of military technologies. I'd also like to have a noble. Seems like it would be very handy to have one, as they're kind of a tankier lord, but we also could get access to dragons, and I really want access to dragons. So the noble will have to come later. In fact, we could even put that building in Evershale temporarily, just to get us a noble, except that... Yeah, we could do it there, because there's no trade goods, so we'd be alright. We can do this. Let's build our archive, open up mages so that we can get one for that new prince and his army, and every subsequent army, because we definitely want to have magic available to us in every army. We're going to be attacked by this second force. Let's retreat.
I must leave.
Yeah, they don't want to do that. I want to finish replenishing.
You have my undivided attention.
Non-aggression pact. That sounds fair. I don't really want my allies to take their city back because I want it. Chaos is like slowly making their way around Ulthuan. I like how none of the other factions are going to get involved, though. They're like, this is Alarielle's problem. We don't really want to have anything to do with this. Alright, so speaking of crossing battle, we're going to hold the crossing. I do want a Leathern Sea Guard.
Protector of Ulthuan.
Ulthuan's
Okay, I'll get my Sea Guard. There. Let's keep that going that way. Alarielle should be ready to take Reaver's Mark after this, and like I said, we're going to turn Reaver's Mark into a cavalry recruitment paradise. Ha! Good. So my allies did not reclaim Tor Elir? Tor Elir? However that's pronounced. Wow, my allies have some problems out there. And we're about to find out what the Phoenix Gate is made of. Outer region lost. Ulthuan is under threat. It will not remain such. The Everqueen is going to take Reaver's Mark.
We are the world's
You will
protectors.
never hold us.
Let's occupy it. Excellent. This is what we want. And then as soon as Reaver's Mark grows... Actually, we don't need this right now. We can protect it well enough.
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown.
I'm going to get this army ready to march on the Phoenix Gate. The Phoenix Gate, we can start upgrading. It probably won't make it before we're attacked. Ooh, we got a new regiment of renown.
Alarielle the Everqueen.
Let's go ahead and put it in this
Protector
army.
of Ulthuan.
Eventually, we may put it in with that princess.
Direct.
We're trying to build that army up more quickly. Yeah, let's temporarily put the building for our noble here. Again, that'll be a temporary move, because it'll belong better in a main chain settlement. At some point, increase our output of gemstones.
Queen of Avalon.
And then Alarielle is only a few ranks away from her eagle. I'm not going to waste anything on the Athilmar steed. Let's just go straight to the eagle. Let's keep buffing up all of her magic. End our turn here. Looks like Tyrannok may be trying to fall back, which is probably a smart idea for them, to be honest. Come on in, jerks. Oh, those guys are going to go for the Shrine of Cain. I'd like to see you.
Her light shines upon me.
I'd actually prefer that you don't touch the Shrine of Cain, actually, but if you must, then I invite you to do so, and I will destroy you. This lady should be good anti-large, and there's plate armor, which give her up to 55 armor, which would certainly be an improvement. And then if we stuck her on the Aethelmar steed, yeah, we could end up getting her some pretty tanky armor. It does take down her missile damage quite a bit, unfortunately. Let's start working on some of these. I think those would be cool to have. So, Reaver's Mark, let's build up the Grazing Meadows.
Priestess of Isha.
And let's push forward here.
The Everqueen.
We'll get to continue to replenish.
I'm ready.
One turn, and we should be able to send reinforcements to the Phoenix Gate. This army alone is unlikely to make it alive through the Phoenix Gate, so I'd welcome the challenge. Let's go ahead and do this, because we're going to be recruiting some cavalry soon enough. And let's end our turn. See what we're up against. It says we're gonna lose up against a few Chaos Warriors and Warriors with Halberds, some crap Warhounds, a Hell Cannon. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that they have the Hell Cannon here, but I should be able to summon an Eagle and go destroy it. Alright, here we are at the Phoenix Gate. Chaos trying to invade, but Chaos will find themselves up against a tough foe. You can see that the Phoenix Gate is well defended and also quite beautiful. The Everqueen would approve of the rainbows in the background. The rainbows are no doubt caused by high elf farts. So our gates and archers are going to cause significant damage. Chaos is bringing all of their heavy infantry from this flank along with their lord. So they've got a couple of halberds and a couple of warriors. And then their lord here, which is just one of their standard infantry lords. Sword infantry, very well armored. No armor piercing, but significantly high attack. Melee expert. Over here, I've got all my white lions manning the walls. Let's get a slow flyby here. You can see the white lions. Actually, green lions in this case. Like I said, the walls are manned. And then out here in the distance, I've actually summoned a Great Eagle. You can see it's attacking the Chaos Stunties to try and keep their cannon busy. All the Warhounds are going to converge on it. But it's going to leave a tough fight for Chaos there. We start to get ladders on the walls on the other side. On this side, Chaos decided that they weren't going to use ladders with what little infantry they had over here. I'm not really sure why. It seems like they would want to pressure my archers and get into combat, but instead they sit back, hoping for the Chaos Spawn to break the gates. The Chaos Spawn takes a pretty significant amount of damage just on the way up. They will eventually be able to tear down the gates, but in the meanwhile, the Phoenix Gate is not undefended. You can see that Chaos is going to suffer massively. And then over here, let's check out as the first Chaos Warriors start to make their way up onto the walls. And my White Lions attempt to fight them back. White Lions, not a great unit, honestly. But they'll do okay against these Chaos Warriors and Warriors with Halberds. The Warriors with Halberds will do okay, I think. Right off the bat, the enemy Lord takes an absolute beating at the hands of my Lions, and then I was like, wow, we should be able to finish him. So I bring in my Noble, who does have armor piercing, as opposed to the Chaos Lord not having any such thing. And even with the massive advantage here, somehow the Chaos Lord manages to fight his way out of all this. I thought for sure I was going to have him killed at any moment here. Let's watch this fight for just a minute, because I actually kind of lost track. So yeah, wow, look at that hit right there. Chaos Lord just put down an absolute beating, and I'm now causing no damage to him in return. I guess he's just getting his melee defense here. The melee defense on my Noble is pretty high as well. I just have not budged him. 4 or 5 hits have failed to land here with his 821 hit points, and it continues to do so. Look at that. He just landed another big hit. CA, please. What is this? 44 melee attack up against 55 defense. Shouldn't I be landing some hits? I guess his armor and stuff is making the difference here, because look at the comeback he makes here. He only takes 1 hit in all this time and manages to bring down my Lord, or my Noble, to almost nothing when he was on the brink there. And he's gonna come back and defeat him. Wow. Let's go take a look here as the rest of Chaos is fighting my White Lions. They are not significantly availing at this point. Let's get my scroll speed back up. And over here, the Chaos Spawn did make it through the gates, and then eventually the Warhounds came through the gates, but my Silver Helms were here to cut down the Chaos Spawn, and now to cut down these filthy mongrel Warhounds. And nothing else for Chaos managed to make it through the gates. They died at the hands of my Gate Guard and my archers. So the Warhounds are gonna die, and that means that the only remaining units for Chaos, because now there is gonna be a general rout, is gonna be these few Chaos stunties still standing from the cannon. There's actually 2 of them, but they're kind of split up over a large space. There's another one somewhere. Yeah, here he is. I'm not sure how the AI manages to split these units up, because they're not supposed to be. You got 1 single stunty storming the walls. Talk about a grudge. Look at this ugly little runt. Anyway, the other one's down here, and I've got my Silver Helms moving in, just in case the towers don't take care of business. Speaking of, must be kind of hard to hit this little stinker. Sorry, give me just a second here, that zoomed out funny. The tower's obviously meant to hit a unit, not a single entity here. But they got him. And that means that the last remaining stunty is scaling the walls. And let's go see him do so. So the last stunty is over the walls. Let's see how he meets his fate. Looks like I have some White Lions moving his way, or he's moving their way.
So be it.
Death to all!
Yep. Lost his head, folks. Anyway, the Phoenix Gate is safe. Look at that beautiful background. Of course it's safe. I'll see y'all back on the campaign map. Alright, we defeated our enemies at the Phoenix Gate. As I expected, it was mostly a slaughter. Now there are other waves of Chaos puppets. Oh, this one decided to come in from the south. How creative. We'll deal with them. We shall deal with them. The first settlement in their way here is the White Tower.
Make us strong.
It is, I wouldn't say well defended, but it's defended.
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown.
Got a second army ready to march their way over.
Starting out.
So we'll head that way. Let's defend them off.
Alarielle the Everqueen. The Everqueen.
So the Everqueen has access to Tor Elir. The Arcspan is still controlled by my allies, but both gates have been taken. The Griffin Gate, let's see how defended. Yeah, it's pretty darn well defended.
Alarielle the
It won't fall
Everqueen.
easily, as is the Eagle Gate. So we'll need considerable power. And is Unicorn Gate, all of them very heavily defended. So we'll need some extra strength to be ready to take those, and we shall have it, I believe. All in good time. Let's do that for now. Shadow Peak. I don't think Shadow Peak's gonna really need defenses. Just put some growth, help build that place up.
Mistress of the Undying Forest.
So the question, I think the Mistress has to take
Of
Tor
Ulthuan.
Elir here, and let's clean out the inner ring of
Lakai
Ulthuan of our enemies.
must
This is an
leave.
easy auto-resolve anyway.
Darkness is
They're
kept
giving us
at
access
bay.
to a new resource, which did indeed, well, did not boost my income just yet, because we don't have it. Let's tear that down and build our resource. See if we can lure these guys out of the Griffin Gate. Alright.
Welcome.
Alarielle still short of her eagle. Isha's Blessing. Extra wins. Touch of the Everqueen. Weapon strength. Chaos Bane. Bonus first large of 15. And extra melee attack when fighting Chaos, Norska, and Beastmen. Let's just keep working on, again, focusing her magic tree there.
You stand before the Mistress of the Undying Forest.
See what Valen wants. He wants a defensive alliance. I can grant that. They've been useful allies. Helping to keep Ulthuan clean of its enemies. I don't think you can encircle the gates. So I doubt there's a way you can siege them out. I think you just have to attack them. Okay, here's the battle with the Shrine of Cain. If we kill the Hell Cannon, it should be GG, because there's really no way these guys can kill Phoenix Guard except for with this Sorcerer who does have Searing Doom. So take out the Hell Cannon and the Sorcerer, and it's GG because Chaos doesn't have a prayer of defeating 2 Phoenix Guard. Let's fight this one too. The battle at the Shrine of Cain. See if we can keep the puppets of Chaos from wrecking it. Alright, folks, we are at the Shrine of Cain. Oh man, look at that shrine. So here's the puppets of Chaos, all arrayed against me on the outside. Check out this place. What a wicked looking place. There's the shrine, and here's the sword on its pedestal. It was returned by Alarielle. Let's actually get my scroll speed back up. Go see if we can see it sitting over here. Not exactly, just a big giant looking sword there. That's pretty cool. So in any case, yeah, I'm going to use my dragon to come get rid of their Hell Cannon, because without the Hell Cannon, these Chaos Warriors will be forced to come fight me on my terms. And as mentioned in front of the battle, my 2 Phoenix Guard will be perfectly capable of destroying most of their army if they do not have their Sorcerer or Hell Cannon to do anything about it. So I'm going to use this Moon Dragon to really lay out some pain, and then dive bomb their cannon, and then meanwhile my Reavers were used to pull some enemy Marauder Horsemen into archery range so that I could massacre them. This has forced the entire Chaos Army to start moving because they don't like seeing that. And then meanwhile I'm dive bombing these Chaos Stunties and giving my dragon a quick snack. So you see the cannon moving forward. Their Metal Sorcerer is here, and again, this guy needs to be the one who kills my Phoenix Guard with the Searing Doom. And the cannon could be used as well, but the cannon's not in range of my Phoenix Guard. I purposefully deployed them out of range. Now the cannon's gone. These Stunties are pointless, and I'm going to be able to kill their Sorcerer before he does too much damage. The rest of their army is being distracted. My Reavers are running right up in their face, slowing down their advance and allowing my archers to bombard them from maximum range. So as you can see here, I'm going to be pulling my Reavers back, and then my mainline archers will begin firing here. So the main Chaos line is coming to engage me. Let's just real quickly go back here. All the while, the Chaos Sorcerer is getting beat down by my Moon Dragon. Not a fight that he wants to be in at all. In fact, this is less of a fight and more of a snack for my dragon. So the Sorcerer is driven out. Oops, my bad. Let's head back this way.
It shall be done.
Woo! Got it moving fast that time.
For the king!
Alright, let's check out the mainline charges here. So my spearmen are going to be used as fodder to slow these guys down. I've got White Lions on the flank. And then ultimately I will reinforce with the 2 Phoenix Guard units that are going to deal the damage in this army. My High Mage is going to be healing units where necessary, and then buffing my Phoenix Guard, who over here are going to be stopping the Chaos spawn, along with all these armored halberds. On the flanks, the White Lions are going to easily best the Marauders with great weapons and Marauders, and then my Illyrian Reaver archers are going to be able to fire in from the flank. Let's watch this as they come over here and begin to pepper the enemy from the flank. My archers are used to shoot into the blob. Speaking of blob, there is a giant blob of chaos here. My dragon has seen it and is getting ready to vomit some fire into that situation. Phoenix Guard has these guys pinned down. Oh, that background with the Sword of Cain back there is absolutely beautiful. This is why I wanted to do cinematic battles in this game. It deserves them. It necessitates them. Look at this. Oh man, it looks good. So yeah, I've managed to defeat a few of the Chaos. We're gonna take the White Lions around. I've got my Reaver archers, though they're gonna be chased off momentarily by these Marauders with great weapons. It's okay, they'll get away. The Dragon's gonna pull up and unleash its fiery fury. Some of my own men will die. A little bit of misfire there. But the Dragon sees this blob, and it is a perfect place to break it up with terror, and that's exactly what happens. There's an immediate terror rout, and then I'm just going to make this thing contagious, keep the Dragon moving, and then my Reaver archers are going to come in and wipe up all of this huge blob of routed Chaos units so that they can't come back. So there the Reaver archers come in and make the kill. And at this point, Chaos is in absolute, full, and complete retreat. Massively defeated at the Shrine of Cain at the hands of its defenders. And a pretty stout defense it is. The only thing that's left are these Chaos spawn, which just dropped. So, there we go. I'll see you all back on the campaign map. Alright, and that's going to be a victory at the Shrine of Cain. It says close victory, but that was actually nowhere close. And Tiro Balefire got absolutely destroyed. It's like my dragon ate him and then took a flaming dump with him. Anyway, so that's going to be the end of this episode. It has been a good one. Success on multiple fronts. Now we just have to deal with that to our south and a couple of regrouped Chaos Puppets, which shouldn't be much of a problem, so barring a massive intervention army, which is always possible, we should be in pretty good shape So these guys have sieged the White Tower, but reinforcements are en route.
Alarielle
And we
the
have
Everqueen.
captured the whole of the interior of the island here. What was this
Queen of
special?
Avalon.
It's a tier 5 Royal Illyrian Stables. Oh yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, we shall be doing this. I like it. I like it a great deal. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this episode. So we're going to have access to amazing cavalry soon enough. The Phoenix Gate is safe. The Shrine of Cain is safe. And soon the White Tower shall be made safe. Beyond my comprehension. You only dream, fool. I will see you there. So, do have to still finish off Tiranoc, which has considerable strength. But as soon as we've summoned enough forces to overwhelm one of their gates, or we could simply exit through our own and make our way around them and come take their positions in these other vicinities here. So, gold mine out here that I'd really like to get my hands on as well. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I will see you next time.